So today's video is going to be a Q&A, just a relaxed kind of video. I feel like this type of video sort of conjures images of first dates when you're trying to avoid any awkward silences, so you're just asking each other random questions. It's kind of like we're getting to know each other for the first time. Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm 25. I like reading and I don't like seafood. Oh, you're taking me to a seafood restaurant. Awesome. So I requested questions from you guys on my Instagram. If you're not already following me on Instagram, why not? Come follow me, say hi. I post a lot of pictures of pretty things. I promise not too many photos of this face here. Honestly, my selfie to non-selfie ratio is pretty low, so you can come say hi. And while you're at it, why not come say hi on Facebook or Twitter? I have all the links in the description box below, and if you don't already follow me on Instagram, so you kind of missed out on the chance to ask me a question, then I'd be more than happy to film another Q&A video if there is interest. Depending on how this one goes, we will see. But if that is the case, then leave any questions that you would like me to answer in a future Q&A video in the comments of this video, and that way I will maybe be able to answer your question and we'll get to know each other and it won't be such an awkward first date kind of moment. So I have a lot of questions. Let's get started. The first one is from Miss Becca, who says, are you planning on moving out on your own anytime soon, and who would play you in a movie? I have thought about moving out. I don't have any specific plans at the moment, and that's kind of for two reasons. One, I feel like rent money is kind of dead money unless you have a reason to move out, and I don't have a partner or like a boyfriend or somebody that I want to move in with. And the second, I'm kind of would rather save for my own house, so instead I'm just giving my parents some money each week, probably a little bit less than what I would be paying rent, but I'd rather help them out with their mortgage rather than me helping to pay off somebody else's mortgage when I could be saving for my own mortgage. I feel like I said mortgage a lot of times in that sentence. And as for who would play me in a movie, I really don't know. I mean, the top two people that I get or have people like you guys saying I look like is Nina Dobrev and Victoria Justice. Now, I don't think I look like either of those girls. I think it's probably just like the long brown hair. That's why people think that we look similar. However, they are both stunning, so I would love for either of them to play me in a movie. If we weren't going off looks, we're just going off people, I would love Emma Stone to play me because she is hilarious and I feel like I'm funny, at least in my head. Hippie Gypsy 00 asks, what line of work do you do and would you consider doing YouTube full-time if given the chance? So I work in shopping center management, as in people who own shopping centers and manage various different shopping centers. It's quite an interesting line of work that I kind of fell into, and my role is kind of, it has an administrative side, it also has a finance aspect, it has a little bit of a creative design aspect as well. And if I was given the chance, would I do YouTube full-time? I've had people ask me this quite a bit. I probably would. I honestly don't see me ever getting to that place, and that's probably because I feel like most people usually have around 100,000 subscribers-ish when they tend to go to YouTube full-time, and I think the way that my channel has grown and the amount of videos that I have up and for the amount of time that have been doing YouTube, it would take me a very long time to get to 100,000 subscribers. And even then, being the person that I am and the worrywart and the planner and the saver and all this kind of stuff, I would probably need more security than that to be willing to sort of give up my normal everyday job to be able to do YouTube full time. You also have to be getting a decent amount of views regularly, like on each video. So there's a lot of kind of things that you have to think about and take into consideration to go full time with YouTube. Would I love to? Absolutely. I'd love to have more time to be able to dedicate to my videos, and I love the whole business aspect of YouTube, not just through creating videos or not just the makeup. There's a whole other side to YouTube that I really, really enjoy, but I don't sort of see that happening anytime soon unless something crazy happens. Shameless Fripperies asks, a brand that you haven't tried but would like to. Charlotte Tilbury is all the rage at the moment. Haven't tried any of her makeup yet, so that's kind of on my list as a want to try. Since you asked, Karima, Suku, I've wanted to try their brushes, and I want to try their eyebrow pen. Since you go on and on about it, I would love to get that. That's on my wish list for a one day. Rachel is going to try this. Trying to think, there are a lot of other brands, a lot of sort of Asian brands that I've heard about. I also wouldn't mind trying Kiko. I've never tried anything from Givenchy, so I'd like to try some of their makeup as well. There's a lot on Rachel's makeup wish list. It's ridiculous how long that is. Rachel X Dex asks, when are you going on a holiday or vacation and where will you go? I don't have any plans as yet. My next vacation will probably be at Christmas time, where I'll take some time off work and I'll be hanging around in Sydney. But if I was the adventurous sort, I would love to be able to just pack up for 2 weeks and go to New York in like November. I would love to be able to go and experience autumn and do some Christmas shopping there, but I don't see that happening. Maybe next year. I'd love to go at the end of October and go for Halloween and then also stay for Christmas. I also really want to go to Europe. There's a lot of places that I want to visit. She also asked, did I ever get a pool in my new house? For those of you who watched my Vlogmas videos last year, I was talking about, or I showed sort of moving into my new house and talking about wanting a pool for my backyard. I'm happy to report that we actually did just get a pool put in. My dad is at the moment kind of landscaping around it, and I had my first swim of the season a couple of weekends ago over the long weekend, so it was awesome. Speaking of Vlogmas, Jay Laps asks, will you be doing Vlogmas this year? I miss your vlogs so much. XO Jen. Hi Jen. People have been asking me this question since pretty much January. It pops up randomly on my social media and also on some of my videos. To be honest, I haven't actually decided. I was swaying to no, only because it is so difficult to do Vlogmas when you work full time and your job isn't YouTube and you can't vlog your job or anything like that. It is so difficult. I haven't made my final decision yet, and I'm trying to work out if there's a way around it, maybe to do weekly vlogs or something like that. If you have any suggestions of ways, or maybe I could do like the 12 days of Vlogmas and just vlog for those last 12 days before Christmas, because I often take leave a little bit before Christmas, so at least some of those days I would be not at work, so I could actually vlog something interesting. But we'll see. I haven't decided. If you really want to do Vlogmas, make sure, if you really want me to do Vlogmas, make sure that you let me know, and maybe if enough of you really want me to do it, then I will try and do it for you guys. I don't know how. I don't know how half of you guys watch it. I honestly think I must be as boring as hell. Keishi B asks, what's my biggest fear? That's honestly like having like people close to me die, like my family or my friends. That I always sort of freak out whenever like my mum, my dad and my sister all go somewhere and I don't. I have these horrible visions in my head of what will happen if they get in a car accident or something. It honestly is my biggest fear. My sort of irrational fear is needles. I have a very strong phobia of needles. It's not the pain of it, it's just I don't know what it is, but I hate needles. Linlin86 asks, where in Australia do you think is the best place to live? Have you ever been to Europe? I haven't been to Europe. I really want to go to Europe. As for the best place to live in Australia, I personally think Sydney. Now, I'm 100% biased because I've always lived in Sydney, but I feel like when people talk about living in Australia, they often mention, say, Brisbane or Melbourne or Sydney, like the east coast of Australia, and I feel like Sydney has the best bits of Melbourne and the best bits of Brisbane kind of mixed together, and I'm just super biased and I love Sydney. Beauty by Ella asks, what's your favourite Macca's order? At the moment, I absolutely love their sweet potato wedges and aioli. Has anybody seen that? It's like a limited time thing. I absolutely love them. I've also recently, say over the last few months, I usually order the McChamp burger, which is a chicken burger that's currently on our menu here in Australia. But my stock standard McDonald's order when I just don't know what I want is typically a small cheeseburger meal with an orange juice and a sweet and sour sauce. And if I'm feeling sort of extra, I don't know, forward, I will ask for no onion, no pickle, or if I forget to ask for that or don't bother, then I always scrape off the onion and the pickle. Stephanie CXO asks, would you rather spend a day shopping in LA with Kim Kardashian or get an opportunity to go on stage and dance with Beyonce? Dance with Beyonce. I think she would show me up. That girl has got moves, but I would 100%. I don't know, I'm not a massive Kim Kardashian fan, although shopping with her in LA would be pretty cool, but I mean, it's Beyonce. We could do like the put a ring on it dance, like that would be pretty awesome. Ashley_Scar asked, what do you look for in a guy? For me, I think a sense of humor is 100% important. Height, for some reason, I'm usually attracted to taller guys, at least like taller than me when I'm in heels. Kindness, particularly if they're kindness to like strangers or other people that are around them, kindness to animals, kindness to children. I feel like that is a sign of a good person. I don't know, I just think that you've got to have some kind of connection. You've got to have something on some level that you just get each other. And I don't even know how you find that. It's just luck, I guess. Brooke Irondell asks, what age did you start wearing makeup? For me, it was probably around 11 or 12. I got acne quite young because I started going through puberty quite young, so I started wanting to cover up those pimples quite young. Abigail31 asks, how do I manage my time between work, YouTube, family, friends, and reading? How do you manage the stress? I am a bit of a workaholic. I've got to say, I am not used to having a ton of spare time. I am used to sort of doing a lot, and it started all the way back in high school where I was always working really hard and I always had a ton of homework, and I always sort of spent a lot of time on homework and on assignments and things like that, and I felt like they took up so much of my time, and I had to also try and fit in friends and family expectations and things like that, and I don't know, going out and socializing. So I kind of got used to always being really, really busy. And then when I finished high school, I didn't go into uni straight away, and I had a bit of spare time. That's kind of when I started watching YouTube videos, and I also started reading a lot, and that sort of took up some of my time as well. And then I went to uni and I was working and still doing my full-time job, but I was at uni and I cut down to part-time hours, but I was still doing the same amount of work. And at the top of that, I took extra classes so I could finish my degree earlier, and I took a sped up course anyway, so I was doing more classes per year, and I was always busy. Honestly, did I deal with the stress well? Probably not. I don't necessarily deal with stress that well. There was a lot of tears while I was at uni, I've got to say that, but I think for me it was just a matter of, I had this mentality that I've just got to get things done. I've got to do this, and you kind of push through. You find things or outlets that you enjoy, and they kind of balance out the stress of things that you might not enjoy as much. So that's kind of where YouTube came in. Then when I was kind of winding down at uni, I decided, look, I'm going to make videos, and I don't have a lot of free time, and sometimes things do have to give. So there may be some weeks where I don't get to film, and that's because I just have to do something with my friends, or I have to see my family because I can't neglect them. They're an important part of my life. Or I try and do things in bunches. So I might sit and film 5 or 6 videos all at once. So I get it done, and I will edit at times when I wouldn't be able to do anything else. Like I'll edit on the train on the way to and from work, or in my lunch break, and that way I have more free time on the weekend or on other weeknights to see my friends or see my family. I think it's important before you try and put yourself in a routine to really figure out how long it takes you to do the things that you need to do. So before I could decide how many videos I can film a week and how many videos I can edit a week, I first needed to see how long does it take me to film a certain type of video, and how long does it take me to edit, and what things do I need around me to be able to do those things. And once you kind of get to know yourself, get to know your tasks and your abilities, then you can kind of work out how much you can do and when you can do it. I think you also have to understand that sometimes you just have to give yourself a break, cut yourself some slack, and know that if you stuff up or you miss something or you can't do everything that you have to do, that it's not the end of the world, and you will pick yourself up and try again next week. Emma2312 asks, what is your all-time favorite nail polishes? Honestly, I couldn't pick one color or one type. I do like really deep dark like burgundy shades, or sort of champagne-y rose gold shades, and I probably have the most nail polishes of mine are OPI, probably followed by Essie. Mr. Chicken Kitty asks, what's my favorite type of makeup, like either lipstick, foundation, brow pencil, eyeshadow? It's probably either concealer or brow pencil or mascara. It's actually really hard. It's like a tie between those three. Hannah Nicole M asks, if I had the choice to go back, what would I change about the way I started in makeup? If I could go back, I would have tried to discover beauty blogs on the internet sooner, because I knew nothing about makeup. I didn't have anybody to teach me about makeup. YouTube wasn't around at that time when I was first starting out in makeup, but the internet was, and there was probably a lot more information out there that I just didn't realize was there. I didn't realize this whole online beauty world existed, so I definitely would have started looking for more recommendations earlier. I feel like I've been talking forever and I haven't gotten to all the questions, but I'm going to do one more. Erin Louise _18 asks, how did you tell your friends and family about your YouTube channel? To be honest, that happened kind of organically for me. It was an accident. I had my channel for over a year before anybody outside of my immediate family knew that I was doing YouTube, and I think I might have told this story before, but basically I had somehow linked my Pinterest account to my personal Facebook account. So, you know, like when notifications kind of pop up when you pin things. I was a Pinterest noob, didn't realize I'd done that, didn't want to do that, did it anyway. And then I pinned some of my videos onto my Pinterest boards and they popped up and people randomly saw them. I didn't even know that it had happened. When I noticed it on my Facebook page, I like deleted them. But at that point, some people had already kind of seen them and then they kind of started asking me questions about it. To be honest, I've never outwardly gone up to anybody and said, hey, guess what? I make YouTube videos. It's more that people have come to me and asked me questions about it or have mentioned it. Hey, I randomly saw a video of you online. It's an awkward conversation. I definitely understand that. And I think if you don't want to tell people, you don't have to. It's totally 100% up to you. Don't feel like forced to tell people, but if you want to, I think you can just be open and honest about that. Just explain that there's this YouTube community out there and that you're making videos for this reason, that you really enjoy it, and if the people that you're telling really support you and really are your friends and really love you, then they are going to support you. They're not going to think it's weird. Honestly, I didn't do it at school, so I think that that's probably helped me a bit. I was out of high school before I started making videos, so I didn't have that kind of experience. I don't know if I would have been brave enough to be making videos in high school, but I think you've just got to be honest about it and have confidence in yourself and have confidence in your channel and what you do and the fact that you really, really enjoy it, and it shouldn't matter what other people think. I don't know how it'd be like in a relationship. I don't know if I had sort of started dating someone, how I would bring that up. It's like, it's a weird conversation to have with a guy. Hey, I sit in front of a camera putting makeup on, people watch me. Thankfully, I don't have to deal with that at the moment because my most promising relationship is probably with my cat, and her feelings could be described as indifferent at best. So yeah, we'll deal with that when we come to it. So that is it for this Q&A video. If I didn't get a chance to answer your question, I apologize, but feel free to leave it again in the comments below, and if I get enough interest, like I said at the start, I will film another Q&A video to follow up this one. It will be like a second date, so a lot less awkward. Other than that, I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you all in my next video. Bye!